Hey guys, today I'm going to review the Genesis GV70 2.5T Select. So this specific car has a red exterior and a beige interior. Genesis are known for their unique design. If you look here, the engine hood has this weird design where that it goes over the front part, which is interesting, and it has a bulge design. You see that the Genesis logo actually creates lines that makes it look aerodynamic, and it's inspired by the Bentley Bentayga. It's also because the Bentley Bentayga and the Genesis cars had the same designer. That person also designed the C6 Corvette and the Camaro back in the 2000s. The 2.5T Select has the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder that is mounted vertically and produces 300 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque. It's also turbocharged, and if you notice that it's really far behind in the engine bay compared to where the axle is. The Genesis GV70s are all-wheel drive, but they are rear-wheel based, so the car gives more power to the rear wheels compared to the front. The GV70 comes standard with 19-inch tires, and if you notice, the wheel brakes on these cars are absolutely massive in the front and in the rear too. If you notice, it has dual exhausts and a square outlet, which you get on the 2.5T up till the advanced versions. The 3.5T have circular covers for the exhaust. If you notice, there's no actual button for lifting the liftgate. It's actually up here on the rear windshield wiper, and the camera is down here, right here. Every grill on the Genesis is real, so no, there's no fakery here or there. Even the side skirts have airflow for the tires on each side. Now let's get inside. Now inside the Genesis G70, it is really luxurious. Everywhere you touch is at least soft touch mold injected plastic. You have leatherite surfaces everywhere, and the interior overall looks really nice. You have a 14.5-inch display. It supports wireless, Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay, which wasn't available until last year. It only came with the 2025 model year, and it's only available in the GV70, GV80, and the G90. You get 3-zone climate control, two up obviously in the front, one in the back. However, the back does not have any controls for it, but you can control it from the front, and you can control the temperature and the fan speed. You get 14-way controls for the driver's seat, which includes lumbar support, while the driver's side has an 8-way control, which doesn't have lumbar. You have a panoramic sunroof, which opens up completely. Main essential controls are on the driver's side, and they are really nice. Your gear selector is a dial with a glass top. It looks really beautiful. Your controller for the screen, which is kind of far away, so you need one, is 3-way controller. It has 3 functions, so you can scroll like this, as you can see on the screen. You can also swipe, which is interesting, and then you can move the dial left or right, which also makes it moves. Then you have your gauge cluster here. It shows all the important modes and everything. It's a split, so one side is an analog dial and the other is a screen. If you go in the higher trims, it actually shows you your blind spot through a camera whenever you turn on the signal. This one doesn't have it because this is the 2.5T Select, which includes heated steering wheel and the sunroof with leatherette seating surfaces. The car is very well insulated, so you don't hear the engine. If you go for the 3.5T, which has the twin turbo V6, which puts out 375 horsepower and 390-ish pound-feet of torque, then you actually hear the engine a lot. But this has really good insulation. You don't hear the engine that much. This is an 8-speed auto with torque vectoring, so it is a really comfortable ride. The mileage rated on the 2.5T Select is 22 in the city, 28 in the highway. And for the 3.5T, it's rated 18 in the city and 24 on the highway. But it changes on your tire size. So the 19-inch wheels actually have 22 city, 28 highway. But if you go on larger wheels, it actually decreases a little bit to 2026 for the 2.5T. But it is still 1824 for the 3.5T, even with the larger tires. You have a wireless charging pad here. You just put in your phone, it will charge, and it's really nice. You press on it and it opens like this. Sorry, the wire got stuck. Then you have storage over here. A decent amount. It's not a lot, but it's good. You have a little bit, a cup tray for your coins. The glove box is also pretty nice. You see that there's a lot of attention to detail. It opens softly, it doesn't just drop down. Move on to the back. So you have a decent amount of leg room and headroom on the top. You can also recline your seats through a lever here. So if you look at it, look here, when I pull the lever, the seat actually comes up, and when I pull it, it goes down. You can recline so you can increase the headroom. The the panoramic roof is actually really tinted, which is a good thing because here it gets really hot, so you don't want that much light and heat coming into the cabin. Don't mind the car seat here, but you have an armrest, pretty standard. You have air vents in the back, storage here. If you go on the higher trims, this actually becomes your control for the rear climate control. But in this model, in this trim, you actually get it in the front, where you can change it from the front. You have two USB A's. They should be including USB C's. USB A's are a little bit outdated, but it's all right. And that is something that they're going to change in the next model year, the 2026 model year. If you look here, you can unlock the car. All window buttons are one touch. So, and you notice the overall aluminum trim. This car has the 9-speaker system, which isn't branded, but it is all right. You'd see that there's one speaker behind the screen, two on the doors for each side, two bass modules under the seat, and then you have speaker on this side and a speaker on this side for a total of 9 speakers. And now let's show you the cargo area. So buttons up there. So the cargo area is pretty big for its size. You see that it's really raised, which decreases the area, and because of its sloping roof, the area is a little bit low. So you have 28.92 cubic feet of storage without the seats folding down. But when you fold it down, it becomes to 56.82, which is pretty good. You get a first aid kit. You get storage under here, some stuff here, manuals and stuff. You get a reversible floor mat, cargo net, and some nice features. You can fold down the front seats just by pulling on the handle, and it goes completely flat. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna fold this one because it has a car seat here. But you have to go in the front to put it back. It's not power adjustable. And yeah, that's it for the cargo area. You do also get you can just lock the car by pressing the button here, but I'm not gonna do that. The camera right there. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching the video, and like and subscribe.